Good morning, guys, and welcome to another morning of the Phee Smee show with Manly Mark. As always, Phee Smee, Manly Mark.
What's up, Manly?
Oh, I'm just, as you always say, what is it? Rock and rolling, nickel and diamond, two lime rhyming.
Yeah, no lime in there.
I tell you,
difference in an M and an N.
I don't know. Sometimes I hear it.
Isn't it amazing that just one digit on the phone number makes it wrong?
Yeah. You know how there's always popular songs where you think it's a line is one way in the chorus or third verse, and then years later you read an article how everyone else thought it was that way, but it was actually this. You know what I'm saying?
I do that all the time.
Oh, me too. I'll find out and be like, that's what I'm singing?
Yep. I'll tell you what, one of the funniest ones that my ex-wife just absolutely, after several years, just had to stop and say, look, can you please stop it? But all my life I said buck naked.
Buck naked.
Man, I'm going to go buck naked. And she finally had to tell me it wasn't B-U-C-K, it was B-U-T-T. Butt naked.
Oh, you are pitiful.
But when I was a kid, it was, I was always buck naked.
Yeah, I've heard people say one, and I've heard people say the other.
That was one that I didn't know. Well, the Fed has made President Trump very unhappy.
Well, they're making the American people unhappy.
They did not move the interest rates lower, and our Fed chair got a real good tongue lashing in the media from our president. So he's cost us trillions of dollars. He's a loser. He's got to go.
I meant to get the video of that, but
remember the cartel of international bankers. And the one that you said on your at one point that the strong candidates for the assassination of JFK?
Probably, because I think, long story short, you can find JFK giving a speech going into essentially talking about how they want to make us all slaves, right? They want to enslave every man, woman, and child in America, but to debt. So I don't know. I'm not a big financial guy. I'm not a big, I know the Federal Reserve is evil. But I couldn't give you the details and be like, oh, it's because they do this and that, which affects the tax and affects this percent. And don't know anything about that. Truly, not just being hot. I don't pay that. Doesn't interest me. But I do think
He's
that
a sharp one.
But
folks.
I do think that JFK going after, the Federal Reserve, that kind of thing, might have played a part. But also, he was kind of poking around at the time. I mean, not to just dive off into JFK conspiracy, but he was essentially poking around at Israel to his nuclear program. Yeah, saying, you let us come in and inspect it. And they, no, you can't do it. Well, guys can come in and inspect it, but only if we let you inspect the parts we want you to. No. And so it got to the point where he essentially, I can't remember what he said or the way he did it, but drew a hard line and said, look, either we're coming in and looking at it, or I don't know, something's going to happen, funding this or whatever. And then a few months later, assassinated. And then the Israeli prime minister at the time either resigned right before or right after it. I'm just saying weird stuff.
Yeah.
But it's all connected. I'm not saying.
Well, when the Fed, the American people expected them to lower interest rates.
Okay, I don't even know what that means.
You have to remember that there's two types of folks. The folks that are borrowing money, that owe money.
Okay.
They want interest rates to be low.
Of course.
The folks who are putting money in CDs to live off of,
sure,
they want the interest rates to be high.
Okay, is that because they're making money off of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'd rather have it at 12%.
Sure.
Than 4%.
And so do these things, like if I buy a CD and it's 12% interest rate, is it locked in at 12%, or is it, if it goes down, mine also goes down?
No.
And so then the yield.
You would buy a certain amount of time, whether it was 1 year, 6 years, 5 years, 6 months.
Okay.
And you buy a 6-month CD. You buy
it like you have to pay money to?
Well, no, you would enter into it where you couldn't get the money out for.
Yeah, like a contract or something.
A contract, yes. But the CD rates at banks, that's what a lot of people that don't invest in the stock market, that's what they live on. So like in 1979, interest rates were 18%.
So if you had $1 million had it in a CD for 5 years, you're making
you would want to lock in that for a long-term CD. You'd say, I want a 5-year, a 10-year.
Yeah.
If they actually offer.
But then,
that.
so let me ask you this: if into year 2 the interest rates drop to 2%, then I'm like, oh no, because my money's still locked away. Correct?
Well, you would be happy because you locked in a
okay, so it does
interest.
lock in, though.
Yeah, for the length of time of the CD.
Okay, but then the bank's thinking,
the bank's making plenty of money anyway. Don't feel sorry for the bank.
Well, no, I don't. But is that in an instance where the banks are probably thinking, bad gamble?
Yep, that's that would I don't.
Bad investment. But I don't know.
Overall, the people in the last 15 years have been borrowing free money basically. The interest rates are just. That's why the housing market was booming, and when the interest rates are at 1%.
Yeah.
But the banks found a lot of different revenue areas.
Banks are evil.
A lot of different. In the last 30 years, they've got overdraft charges. To where they'll actually give you some an overdraft, but the bottom line is they're charging you for that.
Right.
So they're finding different revenue streams.
Well, it's kind of like I was reading just yesterday about buying a car or something, and it's like how most car dealerships would rather sell you the financing plan as opposed to the car itself. They're making more money off the financing than they are at the sale of the car. Now, I don't know what that means, but it sounds reasonable to think that. Well, yeah, that's why they're getting people to. I see posts sometimes of just people in these cities. I don't know, I'm paying $800 a month on this 2001 whatever Mercury with 300,000 miles for the next 54 months, or 160 months, something just ridiculous, and you're like, what?
That's the credit markets, and the higher the prices go, the longer the term out. And
man,
yes, you'd make a lot of money.
Usury is evil.
Well, they always find a way to get
Usury
around
is evil. It makes me mad. That's the kind of folks who Jesus drove out of the temple.
Well,
I'm serious.
I know, but that's it's mainstream.
Mainstream.
Credit markets are not going away anytime
mainstream
soon.
If you're a Gentile.
I mean, folks they're buying $80,000-$100,000 cars. They're financing them 7 years. When they drive them off the lot, they've lost 20% of the value every mile that you drive on them. Every year that goes by, they lose value.
Criminal.
So they're making plenty of money on every phase. Remember, you go from the producer, and then you go to the wholesaler, the distributor.
Jerry.
Hello, Jerry.
I'm always going to interrupt you for Jerry.
And I don't ever appreciate the interruption, but I'm getting used to it.
But if Jerry's tuning in, we got.
Jerry can wait. Hello, Jerry.
No, Jerry,
how you doing?
I'm not. Wait, he's our number one guy.
He's your number one guy. He never says, "Hey, Phee."
He said, "Hey, Phee" last night.
He's not.
I saw last night.
Jerry.
I got on last night.
He's a Manly Mark guy.
No. I got on last night, and you know who I saw come in? Jerry.
All right.
Hey,
Jerry.
Phee.
I'm glad you
tuned
in, Jerry.
I've
had mixed reports of all types of glitches, internet problems last night. Then I watched a replay on X, and it was flawless sound quality and video quality. So
right. So
I don't know what's going on.
I guess the internet just
because I was convinced it was ruined. I was going to have to remake it, and when I watched it, I couldn't find a thing wrong with it.
I don't know, man.
So
it just had to.
Wires or
it just had to have been when it was cutting out. The stream was starting and stopping, making it be real glitchy, I guess. And then, but for some reason, the way it uploaded to Twitter, it was just better, I guess. Maybe you rewatched it and didn't realize there was 2 minutes missing every time it cut out, and then recame in. But I don't know.
I certainly hope not. Because at one point last night, the dogs were barking so loud at the door waiting for me. I finally turned the mic off and was yelling, which you could hear that. But one time I didn't turn the mic off and was very, very politely telling the dogs to please hush until I finished.
And there's no telling what the viewers thought.
Well, I think the viewers love the dogs.
Well, probably.
The only people that don't like the dog.
Glitchy for Jerry, too.
It was glitchy for me, too. Oh, I tell you, I don't understand. Well, the replay should not be glitchy. And so...
I'll just find a way to post those in a good manner.
Manly Mark, again, Jerry, is he's the backbone of the operation.
Well, I don't know about anything
He
about
can
that.
turn something that Phee messes up, and
Well, I think the universe messed that up, man.
and then next thing you know, you can fix
Or they're
it.
finally like catching on to us, and they're like cutting out our internet on purpose.
Or somebody's catching on to you. By the way, did you have a good
What do
evening?
you mean catching on to me?
Did you have a good evening?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Yeah, nothing eventful happened. Went out to a little diner, little 50s diner. Love those little 50 diners. Got one in my town.
Wow.
And
What'd you have?
a burger, double cheeseburger
Oh.
with all the fixings, no pickles, and
Okay.
and a Dr Pepper and some Frenchy fries. It was a good time. They just play the good tunes, like the oldies. Like you walk in, it's
Have a
like
jukebox?
they do, but I don't know if it operates. But I've never looked that closely. But over the loudspeakers, and you're not hearing none of that hip hop, none of that hard rock, none of that metal, none of that dirt country. Now, I mean, I like country, so don't get me wrong. But what you're hearing is shoo-wop, shooby-dooby wop, wop. Music like that, and I just love it. Or,
I like that music.
Oh, me too.
I like your big band music on
Oh,
Man
yeah. Well,
on Midday Madness.
Well, I don't know. Several years ago, I used to work night shift at a place I worked at for the summer. Oh, terrible. Hated it. But I just got to start listening to 40s music, and it just calms the mind, man. So just big band music, man. The 40s sound. I don't know what it is, but it's just the voices, the way they're singing, because they're in essence saying the same things that we say in our songs today about their lovers or their situation or whatever, but we romanticize it because it's words and phrases and terms we don't use. But some of those songs, they're just as nasty. Some of the, like, I don't know, one of those nasty country songs where it's like, I don't even know because I don't listen to country, certain genres of country, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, well. I tell you,
I just love 40s music.
I love the 40s music, and I love the
well,
big
and
band.
that's the kind of the whole vibe I was trying to go for in my show, just like we're relaxed.
bar,
The pub.
the pub.
When you say bar, it makes me feel like a sinner. So I don't know why.
I don't know why that's a problem to you. There's a whole lot of places people go to eat that are.
Well, because if I was in a bar, I wouldn't want one of my uncles to come in and see me in there. Now, of course, I'd be like, and he'd be like, but I'm just saying.
A pub, that'd be
Well,
no
no,
problem.
just pub sounds like it's just like it makes it a more of a stage, right? If that makes sense, as opposed to hey, I'm sitting and reporting from the bar. It's hey, I'm stopping in at lunch at the pub, Uncle Pat's pub, and I'm here.
I love Uncle Pat's pub. I just don't know the difference in a pub and a bar.
Well,
so.
it's all about I don't know. It's just I don't know. There's just a difference of branding, I guess. I don't know.
Well, good news.
Tell me the good news.
The manhunt's concerned, or the man that killed the man and woman in the Devil's Den, double homicide, has been at least captured.
Yeah,
he's an alleged individual that got into that situation. He has been arrested in Springdale at a barbershop.
Yeah, can you believe that?
But number one, here's the problem. He was actually going to be teaching in the public school system this year.
I saw that. And I tell you, our governor was looking pretty good last night.
Our governor's always, I
kind of like her, honestly. Like, I only pay attention to the politics, but I don't have a problem with Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Well, the Huckabees,
don't get me lying about Mike. I don't care for him. Just personally,
he's fine. He's the ambassador of Israel now.
Well, I wouldn't mind having a good conversation with him.
Well, he had he was advertising a sleep aid for a while. He plays a little country music. Used to preach a lot.
He plays the bass.
So yeah, he's different. We had won I guess my sophomore and junior year, we had won state championships in baseball, and we went all the way to the state championship my senior year, and Texarkana beat us, and Paul Huckabee was the winning pitcher. He was a little sophomore, so the Huckabee family. And Mike Huckabee was the governor here, and now his daughter, she did a really good job a couple of years ago, and I think she'll take the lead, her and the Mississippi governor, on the National Guard if there's any internal riots.
Civil
unrest.
I don't think she'd hesitate to deploy.
She's going to be strong.
Yeah, she's
and of course she also came out very early in her term about the Chinese not buying or purchasing any
That's
more
very
farmland.
important. Very
Arkansas.
important because I think that's just by design. They want to strategically buy up this land in America that's used to feed us, and either put it out of commission or like Bill Gates. Look at how much. Oh man, that's a good thing to talk about.
That's what you ought to.
How much?
Him.
How much farmland Bill Gates owns in all these states, and it's like why? And then you go look at these fields, not using for nothing. They're buying up these fields to make a dent in the food supply, so that way they can push the narratives of climate change, or they're going to turn it. They're going to turn it into genetically modified vaccine giving mosquito facilities, or grow human meat that we pass off as. I don't know. Bill Gates is evil, dude.
Well, Chinese build statues for him over there.
Do they?
Yep, but they actually they think a whole lot of him over there.
Man,
and between Bill Gates and the Chinese, there's about 450,000 acres of farmland.
I don't like it.
That and he's definitely genetically modifying a whole
or just
lot
like
of
what kind
crops.
of intelligence assets are the Chinese installing on these farmlands? It could be something like that. I don't know. I don't like it though.
No, I don't either. But I do admire her for doing that.
Oh yeah,
early in her term.
Well,
and,
now did she ban them from buying it, or did she ban them from owning it?
She said they will no longer purchase any acres.
Okay,
now.
well, I wish that she'd just take it away.
Well, that would be the other thing too. In the future, I don't know if we can't be taken in America just because you buy. You know how much foreign ownership of our downtown buildings are. 7%, 9%, 6%.
Yeah, but I think
4%.
I don't think it'd be a stretch to push a law that outlawing foreign ownership of property within the state. Whether or not that would pass because businesses would think, we don't want that. But it's kind of like, okay, it's one of those things like term limits.
You'd have to annex back the land from the people who bought
but what are you going to do? What are they going to do? Send the Chinese Navy over here?
That's would be one option. I wouldn't
just saying.
suggest.
But all I'm saying is it wouldn't. That's not in the times we are in. Something like Donald Trump coming out and saying, "Hey, all foreign, hostile, enemy, foreign ownership of land is prohibited in America. We don't. What is that thing? Eminent domain. Sorry.
Yep.
I'm saying like if we're actively
that could well happen right now.
I don't know if anyone's
give them an opportunity or some reason to do that.
Well, and I don't think
if we're at war with the China, yes.
I don't even think that's in the cards. I've not seen anything about it. I just made that whole thing up. But
you don't. You're not making anything up. You might have made it up in your mind, but that's done all the time.
Well, yeah, I just know that kind of thing wouldn't be that big of a stretch.
No, not if they were a threat to the United States of America.
Are they not already?
So, well,
I do enjoy their cheap products, though. No, truly, that's not even a knock. They got good products for cheap.
Well, the United States relies heavily on the Chinese.
I wish we wouldn't, but
remember, the United States. My biggest problem with the Chinese is the pharmaceuticals, and what they have, and they put in this fentanyl,
poison.
It's in a whole lot of medical.
Oh yeah, like epidurals and stuff. I think
absolutely
they give them fentanyl, and I think I might even read a story about how a woman gave birth, and they CPS took her kid because she tested positive for fentanyl, but it was because of her epidural. Right, like she had an epidural.
Right,
and then it's just like here's the look. I had this epidural. It says fentanyl. We're taking the kid because you tested positive. That's how bad it could get.
I tell you, I do blood tests every month, and I got a blood test back and it said abnormal. Of course, I read all my blood tests the day I get it back. And
hashtag term ill.
And yes, and it said tested. It's positive OxyContin, and so look, I thought, well, that's a false positive. If I took any OxyContin, I'd be dead real quick.
Whoa.
So now I go in to see the doctor. 6 weeks later, he looks. Of course, he gets the chart when he walks in the door.
Of course, yeah.
And so he's looking, and he puts it up on the computer, and he says, "You taking any OxyContin?"
Yeah.
I said, "Do you think I'm taking any OxyContin?" He said, "No." And I said, Well, that's a false positive. He just put it. It didn't even.
Yeah.
So they must get that an awful lot.
Sure.
That
Is it because like it would actually kill you because of your illness, or
you
it
take
would?
no pain medicine if you've got liver and kidneys?
Okay, I just
No.
mean like. So if I was a terminally ill, I don't even say that, but like if I had, like you, terminally ill liver or kidney disease, do most people with those diseases know, and the doctor would know that you know, and you know that he knows, it would be a bad idea to be on pain medication, is what you're saying?
They wouldn't even want you taking Tylenol.
Got it.
Okay, so I passed
And so
out.
if you were hooked on those, it would be noticeable with your body.
You couldn't be hooked on them. With
Sure,
me.
because you would actually die.
Hospice kills people in 7 days.
Man, they give you that
because of
morphine,
pain
man.
medicine.
They give you that morphine.
There you go.
You just kill you, man.
So they shut the kidneys and liver down. If that
Uh-huh.
makes sense to you, other pain medicines.
Okay, and they know what they're doing.
So
They know what they're doing with that morphine.
That's a hospice and a podcast deal. I'm talking about from a pain medicine standpoint.
Oh, sure.
You can know real quick.
Well, I know. Like yesterday, I had a headache. I thought, man, I want to take a Tylenol, which I don't ever take any medicine unless I just dying. But I thought, well, I got an empty gut. That thing's gonna melt right through my liver. So I just didn't. But you know what I'm saying? I just every time, or like my wife said, oh, I got a headache. Oh, did you take some Tylenol? Yeah, I took 2. And I'm thinking, not good.
Well, again, Tylenol gets a bad rep as far as pain relievers. They are one of the best and safest for the folks with kidney and liver disease. But they are known as just like Xerox for paper copiers, or Coke was for soft drinks. That's what Tylenol is for the pain relievers. So, there's a whole lot of pain relievers out there.
Yeah.
I used to take a whole lot of Excedrin, the Tylenol, and there was one other one that started with an A, but
Advil.
So
What about Motrin?
I didn't take a lot of Motrin, but when I was younger, they gave them to me when I had
Don't even know
fever.
don't know what the difference in all that is, but
Well, it's just different
branding.
Different types of medicine, but they're all pain relievers, and they're all in the same family.
Yeah,
You know, the Cillins.
yeah, that makes sense.
How
Which
many years did the Cillins and the Cyclines?
sure, which I don't want to give. I don't even want to give Tylenol to my children or my little baby. They've got baby Tylenol. Don't want to do it. I mean, you can find studies that talk about, giving Tylenol to children 18 to 24 months can increase odds of, ADHD, autism, ADD, OCD, things like that. So I'm like, whoa, no thanks. Or even like women who take a lot of Tylenol or acetaminophen, essentially, when they're pregnant, increase the odds of having children with those, I don't know what you call them, but I don't want to just say autistic, broad spectrum. But just
Autoimmune?
just autoimmune disease. I don't know if that.
Got some.
I think that more so come from like vaccines personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think that acetaminophen is not it's not good it's not good in general personally. But I'm not a medical doctor, so
You just don't like taking medicine.
No,
I like that.
I'm just not a big medicine guy. Like I want to be the guy that's 75 and not on
Any medicine.
any medicine.
Like me.
Like Phee. Like I'm not going to be on statins that'll just suck my brain dry of all the cholesterol. That's in part. I think it's a lot of things causing like not autism, but dementia and Alzheimer's. But I think a big thing is that's causing mental decline in the elderly are statins. The things that are supposed to lower your cholesterol, right? But your brain's made of cholesterol.
Yep.
Eggs are good for you. Eggs.
Yep.
We on the Phee Smee Network.
They're constantly telling
We
people
are egg
how
lovers.
bad cholesterol is. I just don't understand it. But
I don't know, man.
it is what it is.
But they tell you not to have eggs or not to eat too much butter or lard or tallow or whatever. But you can have a good amount of industrial lubricants. And it's like, look at the alternative. If the alternative that they're pushing is vegetable oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, they're all good. It's like industrial lubricants. No thanks. No thanks. Say no to the industrial lubricants.
Would be better just to take you a big old thing of lard and cook tallow and cook. Yes,
I'm not saying to drink
they're
it.
crushing our diet and have since 1952.
Oh,
all this
yes.
stuff. But yeah, the chemicals are and the food supply, all the things that these folks are making money from.
Well,
they just change it. They're fixing to go to this rapeseed. They're just going to change it right from canola oil and say, well, yeah, canola oil we found is bad. Here's your rapeseed oil. That'll be the next.
Well, it'll just be one. turned out to be just one molecule off from
That's
the previous.
exactly what it is.
And studies showed that mice took 70 years to develop these problems instead of 30 or whatever.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly right.
It just makes me
It's like
mad.
they had a question last night on birth control and what was the safest and that
Poison.
type of thing.
Poison, birth control, hormonal birth control is poison.
And I told them that the big pharma wanted you to continue with that pill. So when the IUDs came out, that was like 9 and 10 years, or that they could be put in there and be effective. Big pharma just said, "Oh, that's it's a high cancer risk."
Sure.
So now only 9%. Of course, I don't believe in that birth control.
Right.
But the question was, if you believe it, and if you do, what is the safest? So I answered both.
Sure.
That so.
Only
Only 9% of childbearing age women that are taking birth control have IUD.
Interesting. Well, and you even need to look into how some people suggest that hormonal birth control changes a woman's perception of men and what she's attracted to. In the sense of, you can find just women all over the line who will admit and say, like, yeah, after I was on birth control in college, met my boyfriend, now I'm married, husband, had a few kids, got off the birth control, now I can't stand him, or now I'm just utterly unattracted to him. And so they even, because
Might have
it's
something to do with marriage and hanging out with him rather than the birth control.
I'm serious. I'm serious. It's like it's a real thing, because think about it. If it's affecting your hormones, it's affecting your perception of pheromones and other biological markers that typically would attract you. I mean, because some people liken hormonal birth control to keeping you in a state of your body thinking you're pregnant. That's why you're not getting pregnant, because your body, and I don't know about the hormone, I'm not a professional, but the hormones, this hormone or that hormone, but women act different as their cycle changes throughout the month, right? Because they're hormones. So it's not a stretch to say you're on this hormonal pill that's changing your hormones. You get women who say, well, yeah, I was always way sensitive on birth control, or I didn't like the way it affected my mood. You've heard the same thing, right? Well, how are pregnant women? Always real emotional, and not always moody, but I just think there's a correlation. I don't know, just briefly touched on these subjects when I go through them, but I think hormonal birth control is in part a reason for a lot of divorces. I don't know, I won't say a lot, I won't say like 50%, but I think you could chalk a percentage of that up to them messing with these hormones, and then because again, it's changing what you're attracted to. I don't know.
You definitely have biology and chemistry and laws of attraction and hormonal issues and ovulation periods.
And I'm not hating on nobody who's taking any of that stuff either.
Well,
but it's just be aware. Be aware of what you're putting in and how it's affecting you. Because like a lot of people will get on prescribed this or that and that. A few months down the road, start having a little of this or a little of that, just something uncomfortable or something, and never even connect the two, or never even think, maybe it's because of this medication I'm on, or maybe it's because of this supplement I started, or maybe it's because of this new environmental whatever. Hey, maybe there's mold in my house, stuff like that. So I don't know. You gotta be mindful. Now, I'm just the worst. I treat my body like dirt, but I'm just.
When you're young, you're able to do that.
Well,
I would get that.
I know I'm getting to the age.
Right now.
I'm getting to the age where I need to lock in and be healthy to commit. You know what I'm saying? Like, the longer I wait, the harder it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And the worse it'll be, if that makes sense.
I've been there.
Yeah, well.
I understand. Take care of your body. Take care of your diet.
Yeah.
And
my diet's all right. I just don't eat enough.
That's correct. And you're not getting any nutrients from it. It
No.
just takes a long time for the 25 and the 30-year-old. It takes another 10 or 15 years, and then you've had about 30 or 40 years of this diet. Yeah, you can accumulate a whole lot of problems.
Yeah. Again, I don't think my diet's rife with, say, toxins, but again, I don't think I'm getting enough. I think I'm chronically malnourished in the sense of like nutrients and vitamins. Just because I usually only eat once a day. Just a regular meal. Again, I'm not like, it's by my own choice. I just would rather get into work and I just don't think about being hungry. But I know it's not inherently healthy. Like I know I cope by saying, man, I'm getting the good benefits of this intermediate fasting. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, but every single day for 10 years doing that, it's not necessarily good.
No, no, it would not be good to.
I think that's honestly why my hair's falling out. My hairline's so pitiful, just because I don't have enough nutrition.
and you wear a hat and pull your hair back all the time.
Well, you know,
So that's one thing.
you can dispute that a little bit because while
How about your
while
brothers?
friction, what about them?
What, are they losing their hair?
Two of them, no. One of them, yes.
Okay.
But that could be he went. One who is kind of went on a 6-month long hike, and I don't know. He started getting he got like a bald spot from that, and it's called something just from nutrient deficiency. It's pretty common in that. But then since then, he just kind of been losing his hair a little bit. So
Since he went on a 6-month hike?
yeah. So then my other brother, perfect hairline, he's still got his juvenile hairline. Lucky. I mean, he's
Makes you jealous?
There's trade-offs. Love him though, love him. But I mean, I'm jealous of his hairline just because
That's what I'm talking about.
his juvenile hairline. Yeah, I'm jealous of that.
Well, you said juvenile hairline. That's
Well,
what tickles me.
Oh well, I just mean like they say I don't know, 12% of men will keep their juvenile hairline, and then most men, whether or not they go bald or not, will
Recede.
Well, and they call
I think I've receded.
well, but that you would have what's called a mature hairline, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, well, yeah, you can look into it. There's a difference in actually going bald, right, and as opposed to just having a mature hairline. But then you see 60-year-olds also sometimes that still have the hairline that you would expect to see on a 15-year-old or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a whole. I mean, you can look all into it, but
But you do worry about losing your hair.
don't want to go bald, man. I wouldn't be a good-looking bald man.
You don't think you would?
No,
With a beard and bald head?
no, I don't
I don't know. I can.
Don't even speak it upon me.
If you're going to be bald, there is a shape of head that is very, very good.
But I don't know if I got a good shaped
And
head.
if you don't have it,
I don't. But the thing is,
it looks like an egg.
I don't want to know. I don't want to find out until if it's too late. I'm getting that plane ticket to Turkey, man. Once the Phee Smee money starts coming in, you guys will just I'll just do voice only podcasts for a while, and then just like a week.
Come back
or something.
with a big old afro.
Well, I mean, it takes a while because once you get the transplant, it looks like you got hair, and you're like, yes. But then all the new hairs you got will shed off, and then you're like, oh no, my progress. But then they start their new growth cycle, and then anywhere 8 months to 1.5 to 2 years, you see the full
I don't think you'll have to go to Turkey for that.
Not
I'll
mine.
hook you up with
well, like
hair
blood-rich infusions. I know I see that, and like the plasma-rich enriched infusions to the scalp. I see them about $1,000. Can't afford that. But then I also see they got the red. What? I'm just saying, red light therapy. I see the fact that we talk about it. I don't even have to do the research because all of my social media after having this conversation is going to be reels about hair loss. My Twitter is going to be hair loss remedies that are natural and not gonna turn you into a woman, or because it blocks your DHT. Yeah, so it's just by virtue of speaking about it, it's gonna just flood my timelines.
And do you think that that's because your phone can hear you?
Oh, 100%. If your phone, I don't know if you got Siri turned on, and you say, "Hey Siri," it's like, well, if it responds to "Hey Siri," why is it? How is it not listening to everything? If it
That's such a good analogy right there.
I mean, I might be wrong because I don't understand the technical aspects, but I mean, just in general, if it's just sitting around waiting to be activated with,
I think
"Hey Siri,"
everybody by now surely is aware that is a two-way communicator and that's listening to you at all times.
I don't like it. But I definitely think that your phones are listening to you because you get targeted ads all the time. I've been saying this for years, and at first people's like, okay, and then I have someone say, man, I talked about this, and then I got the ad. But it goes even deeper than that, I think. I have seen people online talk about, and I have experienced my own self when I was living alone. Don't talk to nobody. Might say something to my dog every once in a while, but essentially, wake up. I'm just thinking thoughts. I'm talking to myself in my head. I'm thinking, well, I need to do a little trimming on my beard. Might shave it, whatever. Oh, my beard trimmer's broken. This is all in my head. I'm just thinking, I need to pick up another beard trimmer. I'll probably forget. Okay, whatever. I get ready, start driving to work. I'm doing a little scrolling as I'm driving. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, no traffic on the road, so perfect scroll time. Do not condone that, though. Anyways, the ad I get was for a beard trimmer on, I don't know if it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever. Beard trimmer.
You don't think you said that out loud once?
I know 100% certainty. A million, billion, jillion, dillion, lillion.
Lillion
percent.
You went to Lillion?
Percent.
Wow. Lillion.
Percent that I didn't vocalize it. But there have been other examples in my life where it's been like, I don't say it, I don't talk about it, I just think I need this or that, and then I get the ad for it. And I've seen other people online kind of talk about it too. And you would say, well, they're not reading your mind. No, but some of the theories that exist are, well, maybe they are reading your mind because technology, I don't know, might exist. Not to get that deep.
That would be more of intuitive networking.
Well, but I would think intuitive networking, yes, and you could liken it to that. The phone tracks every single click, every single eye movement, where you glance for 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds. It keeps track of all of this. And some people claim they build almost a shadow you that exists in this, I don't know, AI universe, and that knows you so intimately because of the input that we give these black mirrors, these one-eyed devils, that it just is, it gains the power of predictive powers over you, in the sense of there is a you on here that just already knows you're going to need a trimmer, if that makes sense. It's kind of spooky.
I think the deception, they can make one of you right now.
Well, I know, and that's what's going to be spooky. Is like, okay, hey folks,
which one is me's
well,
real?
Yeah, but it's like, hey folks, we finally figured out how to upload your consciousness into the digital realm. You don't have to die. You can live an eternity in the,
That's right.
Okay, well, we uploaded old Phee up to the digital network. Let's go up to the big screen, and they make TV about this. And hey, Phee, how's it going? And you're talking, how's virtual heaven?
Nickel and diamond to the line, right?
Yeah, and you're like, how's heaven, man? I went golfing for the last 3 weeks since we talked to you last. I've been hitting these heaven holes, man. Hanging out with old whoever else. Moses. Well, Moses wouldn't be in virtual heaven, but I mean, maybe he would be AI. But in reality, you're dead in heaven or hell.
Right.
But they've had years, your entire life of input, photo,
absolutely,
whatever, this and that too. Essentially, just
no question
fool
about
people.
All that.
Yeah.
And you're going to have
scary
the
thing.
grieving and the funeral.
Well, and it'll be a cope. It'll be
a
a cope, because even if it's almost too good to be true, or almost like, hey, did you notice that, like, he did a weird stutter or repeat a line here or there? Yeah, I noticed that too. But in the grief, most people will just accept it and want to, believe it subconsciously, so it'll be real.
Or use it as a crutch.
As a crutch, well, at first, but until the deception's so indiscernible. But I don't know, man.
You're three generations away from not being able to tell anything, and they've already got it.
Wow. Yeah.
And they had it 10 years ago. You remember when they start putting them on Amazon for $175K? They've had them for a while. They've been walking around. They've been test marketing them rascals. So don't think they just the very first one off the line they started. Seeing. So they've been doing a little research.
And the fact that it's in popular media is predictive programming.
Well, let's go with President Trump is now giving Putin a new deadline of 10 days.
Okay.
I wonder what Putin, I mean, I don't get these folks, these world leaders giving deadlines. Like, what happens when you just step across, okay, well, it's you've got 10 days in that war.
Well, isn't that what
Ukraine.
Obama did? Yeah. The red line, the famous red line?
The famous red line.
And then they did cross the red line and nothing happened, correct?
And people continue to make red lines. Saudi Arabia made a red line.
With who?
Just in yesterday's news, they said we will, along with the United Kingdom, France, and Germany, propose at the United Nations meeting in September for a Palestine to have a state in Israel. So that's going to happen, and that's exactly what we talked about 2 months ago.
Ooh, that's crazy.
And, in May, that's what we said, and that's what's going to happen in September.
Interesting, but it is interesting, like you said, these red lines. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that unless I actually meant, hey, I don't know what Trump said, but if I said, hey, in 10 days this better be over or I'm bombing whoever, Well, then I
What is the
better be sure.
consequences? You know, what is the consequence
Yeah.
of not
Capitulating?
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess. Do you call Trump's bluff or do you not?
It's definitely a bluff. All these red lines are nothing but bluffs.
Well, but
what
has
you say
Trump?
is it
But has
doesn't
Trump
ever-
made
nothing
a
ever
red?
happens.
Well, nothing that does ever happen. But has Trump set himself up yet that directly? I don't know. He might have. But you know what I'm saying? Like, has he set a red line this direct yet, and have had someone cross it without? Because at this point, I don't think anyone knows. Well, is Trump the guy to? Okay, I crossed the red line. He's doing what he said.
Putin says we not Iran and we not Israel, and you don't tell us what to do.
Well,
We're Russia.
But he's not wrong in that. In a sense, he does have why he doesn't. It's not a moral issue. Like, okay, if I was Russian and I was Putin, well, I'm not bending the knee to America. Why should? Why? No.
Well, he's got folks over there, the Russians, that wouldn't appreciate that.
I know, I get that. But I'm just simply saying, just because we're America, and he doesn't want to. He's just because he's a Russian nationalist. I don't think that makes him inherently evil, but I always go America. If we get in war, I hope we win, obviously. But I'm just simply saying, I don't blame the guy on a logical level being like, well, I'm sick of you, America, running the show on the whole world. This is Russia. It's my country. We're going to do what we want. No thanks.
In the end, they're going to be right there with Europe. And,
and I think honestly, was this just essentially about imposing tariffs? Was the punishment just imposing tariffs?
No, it was close. It was let's end the war in Ukraine, where the loss of life is.
I know, but what did Trump say was going to happen if they didn't?
Oh yeah, they would. He would impose.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually not near as
from an economic.
Yeah, okay. That's not near as severe as what I thought.
Well, no, he's not going to say if we were going to bomb them, Manly. He would not say. Oh, and by the way, if you in the 11th day, if you hadn't done it, we're going to go to Moscow and blow them off the face of the earth.
Okay, but imagine the psychological effect it would have if Trump did do that. It's not.
That's not a good bluff unless he's going to actually do it.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
but think about how
I wouldn't want you
the
in there
operation.
making that kind of decision.
But I'm just simply saying, as a leader, think about we just went to Iran, did that super duper flyover mission. No one knew he was there. This and that. Absolutely. They got that in the back of their mind. If Trump comes out and says, "Hey, if you don't stop the war, we're gonna bomb y'all," I wouldn't call his bluff because you know what? He's probably not lying. Now, I'm not saying to be smart.
You can't. No, that's very dangerous.
It is, but
not.
But would you not say? Do you not think
a world leader would not do that?
Oh, well, would he not?
No, North Korea might. He might do it.
I was just about to bring up North Korea. What about that tweet about Donald Trump literally talking about the big red button on his desk? And you don't think that? You sit there and said a world leader wouldn't. It's like, you don't think that was dangerous?
Oh, it is.
But Trump's that guy.
Yes, he is. But I don't think in his wildest mind, if he was going to bomb them, he would say, you got 10 days to comply, or on the 11th, we're going to do this.
No, he might call them directly and say.
Yes, now that would be.
I don't think he's going to come on national news and say.
I totally agree that that's
but again,
a whole lot.
I do think that'd be a wild psychological play.
It would. It
But
certainly would. I think that would also give them time to start generating.
Well, because what do you think the people? What do you think the people? No, well, yeah, but they're already ready. That's the point. But what do you think the people, the public in Russia, are going to be thinking? You know what I'm saying? How much chaos would that have? I'm just saying, from a strategic level, that wouldn't be that bad of a thing.
And then,
but then, whether you bomb them or not, that's not the point.
Again,
no, I'm not even saying that's going to happen. I'm just talking scenarios. And most likely, they're like you said, nothing's going to happen.
Right.
So
I don't understand why
they're going to impose tariffs, and then they're going to be like, "Oh no, the Russian economy, who we're already claiming is terrible because of this war that the media says they're losing, that I don't actually think they are losing. Their economy is already in shambles, and it's going to be even more in shambles after these terrible tariffs. Oh no!" And so we're just going to see in the media these tariffs are crumbling the Russian economy. But then the reality is that it's just to save some sort of face. It's to make it's politics. I don't know.
It's perception.
Well, I don't know.
Because they can show an area of Russia where after the bombing of Ukraine, they'd say, "Oh, Russia's losing this war."
Well, they've been doing that the whole time. I don't think Russia's been losing this war.
I don't think Russia's losing the war either. But I think they do want to downplay the loss of. There's a whole lot of loss of life on both parties.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, the Russian Army or the Russian soldiers since 2022, they've had 5 times the amount of HIV in their army.
You think that's drug use?
It's shared needles and homosexual. They're staying with each other 24/7.
Yeah, but
they're sharing needles.
Okay, well, think about like Vietnam or World War I and II. Like, you think those guys were poking around on each other? Because I can't imagine I mean, I don't know. But, like, I mean,
I'm sure a small percentage is always.
Well, there is always a small percentage.
That's what I said 5 times.
Just weird.
I found it very interesting that HIV was still a big deal, and especially in wars.
Yeah.
But they said they said sex and shared needles. So that was the 2 reasons for it.
That wouldn't even cross my mind. I'm thinking about, well, now I will say I've read and they talk about how, like, okay, well, you get into war, all these ancient wars, how much, raping and pillaging, right? And they talked about how maybe there's something about being in a life or death situation that, I mean, I'm not excusing that kind of behavior at all, but said something about that situation makes people hypersexual.
Huh.
Don't know.
Probably hormone release.
Don't know what's true.
Hormone releases at that point. You certainly would get a dopamine rush if somebody was trying to absolutely. I mean, even if you're fighting, you're going to get.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just mean all those senses are heightened.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. If somebody scares you and jumps you, you're going to have a hormonal release. So I can see that. I mean, somebody broke into your house. Immediately, your blood pressure, heart rate would
even if I
up.
just hear a little noise at night, my first thoughts.
Yeah, so can imagine some soldiers coming in there and.
Well, I'm not talking about the person getting gotten. I'm talking about the getters.
The raper.
Yeah, they're just
the rapist, I should say.
Yeah, the getter.
It's a rapper or a rapist, not a raper. The grim raper.
Yeah, my grandma told me she grew up with some folks in her town whose last name was Raper. Not to call out nobody if we got listeners with the last name Raper, but
I've known some too.
Just, my last name's weird, I guess, but
there's a family Rapert.
Okay, Raper's not bad. That's not bad.
But a lot of people would make fun. Kids growing up, they just dropped the T. But I didn't do that because I didn't.
Well, I mean, that kind of humor or bullying never really. To me, I don't know. It's too easy to be like, ha, I don't care, But I don't know. I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, if you call me ugly, I might be like, okay.
Well, I just never was the one to put up with people mistreating others.
Oh, sure. Oh, no, I've been a bully. I've been a bully. Don't get me wrong. I am a bully. I am a bully. I bully you all the time, Phee.
You don't ever bully me. I just pipe you upside the head. Say what?
We'll get it.
Whopping upside the head.
Okay, well.
He pokes eyeballs out, folks.
We'll have a Phee Smee boxing night before long.
We won't. Those days are over for Phee. Nobody's hitting on Phee.
We'll donate the proceeds to charity.
Okay. Well, I tell you what I'll do. I'll let my youngest daughter box you for charity.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Are you sitting here telling me you think your youngest daughter could beat me up?
No.
Okay. Because I was about to say,
but
surely,
she's athletic and she can take a beating.
Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be like I'm trying
tough.
to it's not like I'm going
you
to the
ring. Go for the liver kidney.
Well, I'm not. I'm not smart enough to fight like that. Like, I'm not smart enough to think I'm getting her kidney or I'm getting her liver. I don't even know where the liver's at on a person.
Good.
But I mean,
you'd accidentally hit it. Well,
maybe.
You.
Well, but I
guess
you're
the kind of guy that grabs hold and just twists anything and,
we
bites
got
fingers off and pokes eyes out.
I don't understand why you're saying all that, because think about it. If you go into the context of we got boxing gloves on, this isn't a life or death fight on the street. This is a little sparring session with Phee. Do you think I would try to just beat the far out of you?
I really believe.
Do you think I'm that kind of guy, or do you think I'm trying to have fun?
In the first 10 seconds, I would probably have hit you 16, 17 times. Then you would be mad and try to.
No, I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type. You want to know? Because I did a little slap box match with a guy one time. It was just for fun. And I was just kept on kind of going over his arm and kind of just barely tapping. It was face was allowed, but it was just a little taps, just nothing even painful. But it was in front of all our friends and stuff. And I don't know if he just got mad because he just wasn't getting me very good, or if I don't have any idea. Well, he's just having fun. But then he just kept I could tell he's getting mad. And before long, it was all said and done, he hit me as hard as he could, his palm right there on my ribs. And, I just sat there and took it for a second because...
Didn't hurt?
Well, no, it hurt. I mean, the guy was bigger than me. I mean, it hurt, but not enough to like make me go, oh, or it was just kind of like what are you doing, man? This was a friendly little slap box. It's your idea. Now you're the one who's getting mad, throwing a hissy fit, making a scene, going ahead, go ahead, keep on hitting me in the ribs like as hard as you want. Okay, look, you're looking like the fool. Now that rib was sore for the next 2 months every time I breathed, but. And I had half a mind to like while it was happening.
Poke his eye out.
No, that was pre-poke eye era. But I just had the half a mind. I'm going to punch this guy right in the mouth. But I didn't. But the point being is, if you hit me 16 or 17 times in the first 10 seconds, I'm thinking, boy, this is fun. This is fun. I got to figure out how to, I'm having fun. It doesn't make sense.
No.
What do you mean?
That doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be expecting you to like break my nose or.
I can break it really quick.
Well, okay. Now going into it, then I would have to know that Fee's trying to make a point.
No, I'm not trying to make a point. I'm just saying if I wanted to break your nose, I would
try
to break your nose.
But if we was having just a friendly spar, what's the point of breaking each other's noses?
We can go play a friendly game of anything, but as far as you hitting on me in my physical condition at 60. I don't think it's wise for me to.
Oh, well, it'd be fun.
But at some point in my past, I'd have just kicked your butt, and you even if you'd have poked my eye.
Okay.
So
now,
I just put that elbow right and flatten your nose.
I don't know about that.
Just take the elbow, flatten your nose.
Look,
when you want to fight with Phee,
5'7" boy couldn't get that close. 5'7" boy not getting that close.
Take the oxygen away and take their mobility away. And
well, how are you taking my mobility away?
To blow out the knee and chop on the
you're not getting that
neck.
close.
Oh, yes.
You ain't got no reach.
No, I'm not trying to reach you.
No, well,
I'm faking you out.
You're not faking me?
I'm so quick that I would already be around you before
you
even lifted your hand.
You're crazy.
But,
you're crazy.
No, well, that was the and this is now.
But it's easy for you to say that because
I
you
don't
are
have to back it up.
Yeah, I know it.
That's what you say all the time. You don't have to back up either. So.
Well, I mean, I would say if you said now. If you put me in a situation where you said, I wouldn't do this for real, but if I said, you better stop that, I'm poking your eye, and you said, do it, I'm going to.
Really?
If you call me out like that, yeah, I will.
So you're the type of guy that if somebody says, your mom's this or you're this.
No, I don't care about that.
Okay. So
but I just mean like if I was to make this declaration. Now, if I just said stop, you didn't stop, it'd be like, well, pee off, or whatever. But if I said, you're going to stop or I'm going to do this.
And I said, go ahead and do it. You do it.
Because to me, invitation. You've given me consent.
Right.
So people would expect a idiot push, yell. I asked for the invitation. I asked for the business.
Yes. And they signed the contract.
But I'm a terrible salesman. But
you could close that deal.
But in psychologically, that's the same thing. But I couldn't do it in a business setting. Mm-hmm. How pitiful is that? Like I was a salesman for that one company. Couldn't close any deal. I never asked for the business.
It's because you're sweet, you're too kind,
yeah.
and you're not trying to take advantage of anybody. But you do put up the aura off that you're a tough man.
I'm not, though. I'm really not.
I know. That's my point.
But I just mean...
You're going to fight. You're going to box. You're going to slap. You're going to poke guys out. But in reality, you're just a sweet little nice farmer.
Well, I know, but I'm just...
Corn shucker.
Well, but like wrestling and fighting for fun, that's just fun.
You like to do that?
Yeah. Just horsing around, that's fun.
One of my best friends when I was growing up, he was a Golden Glover and a great boxer, and he loved to wrestle.
I'm a terrible wrestler.
6'1" at 200 pounds. 215.
Mm-hmm. But don't you like
pounds.
Just kind of squirming around?
I never was.
I wish I would have had wrestling at my high school because now it seems like wrestling in high schools is popular, and I don't know if that's just because I'm in a bigger town and it's just a product of being in bigger town schools. But I wish they would have had like wrestling. Yeah. It'd be fun. I guess
those wrestlers know how to fight.
Until you get flopped over.
Yes.
Yes. Well, because they even say like some people would rather know like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling as opposed to striking. I think it'd be funner doing striking, but.
My father-in-law that I love dearly, Papa, he was a 3-time national champion judo player.
Yeah, those guys throw you.
And so he had 3 daughters. And my ex-wife was his youngest daughter, and of course she was the #1 ranked player.
Well, but let me ask you this:
she was 3rd or 7th in the country, and she was on the United States Junior Olympic judo team.
But let me ask you this: could she beat you up then?
Yes.
Okay, like if it was like the stakes are real, y'all having a fist fight, you think she could? Her knowing the judo, she could still whoop up on you.
If she got a hold of me, there's no question.
Yeah,
Because the way she could fall. And
I know. I see what you're saying. I see it in my brain.
The holds and the fall. It's
Interesting.
like the wrestlers. Now, if it was a street fight, let me run away and jab her, and she wasn't very athletic.
Yeah.
She couldn't run, and
but she could throw you around.
But no, she could fight. She'd been doing it since she was 4.
Did she ever surprise you and throw you just for fun?
No.
Okay.
I never let her get that close.
Okay.
She wasn't never going to put me in a hold.
Well, yeah, because it'd be like if my wife knew how to judo, I can imagine she'd toss me around sometimes.
Well, yeah, well, I guarantee you that Papa, when you're a 3-time national champion, and he received a award. He had basically it was a suburb of Memphis Judo Club, and he was in it for over 40 years.
That's pretty cool.
And so
I wish I would have started something like that
young. He made a
young.
real difference in people's lives, and a lot of people wish I wished I could have learned to play the piano. You wish you would have done martial arts
and piano.
And
I don't want to learn how to use a sword.
That's one of my episodes on Night with Phee was dealing with regret. We all have regrets, don't we?
Okay. Well, what was the main summation of dealing with the regret of you not playing piano?
I didn't have that big of a regret then, but I do now because I can't play sports.
How do you deal with that now?
I don't.
I
say I'm really sorry that I didn't take the opportunity. Maybe I could do it now. If I missed it that much or wanted to change it, I could start practicing or learning it now.
Yeah.
But it's not a priority for me.
And I know we're kind of getting towards the end of the show, but I did want to touch on, we talked about this a minute ago, but a thing I saw, and I've yet to verify this, but it's from a source that I typically consider reliable, but just thought it was interesting. New. Trump said to warn Jewish donor that MAGA is starting to hate Israel. So it's very interesting that there's a large portion of Donald Trump's base that is starting to pull away from the support of Israel.
When they show starving children in Gaza.
But I think it's been going on long before the starving children. But the point I made to you this morning is that I think what we're seeing is the beginning stages of people hardening their hearts. And I don't think the great sin is that they're hardening their hearts against Israel, right? I don't think that's the main problem. I think it's the fact that this is the channel and the avenue in which people will harden their hearts against God, right? I mean, it
certainly.
And so it's not the
is going to play a role.
Oh yeah, right. So I think it's just something to watch out for, and I just wanted to bring it up because it's interesting.
Well, remember, like I said, a lot of people lay in the weeds waiting for something to happen, and when the whole world is seeing those things.
Oh, Jerry was saying, "Can you not see my questions?"
See,
Jerry, I guess not.
Remember what you were saying yesterday, that there's several questions that pop up, and then we never see them up here, but then you look at them on the
see, look, I got my phone pulled up with the YouTube on, and also
what's the questions?
Well, I don't see the questions on my end over here either.
Okay.
So that's interesting.
Can y'all not see my questions?
See, that's just...
See, the last one we got, Jerry, was glitchy for me. And before then it was, hey, guys.
See, my biggest...
But Mark always tells me, man, I didn't see any people in the chats. And then when he gets off and reviews it, there was 8 chats during the show.
Yeah, and I didn't see any of them.
Never saw any of them.
And that's like the most heartbreaking thing.
Because he really wants to talk.
I just want to talk. I just want to talk to my folks,
especially Jerry.
Well, just anybody. I always like talking to Jerry.
Yeah, well, Jerry's a top fan.
Well, he is. He is.
And, we've got to have a lot of Jerrys. Jerry, go out and get me 10 more of you.
Okay. Well, now look at this.
I want 10 more of you. So.
We got 4 people viewing right now, and we're over here talking about comments, and they're probably all trying to talk to us.
Well,
they probably all want to know what's going on. Oh.
We'll have a lot more than that on all of our shorts. You're doing a good job putting up the shorts after the shows.
Oh, yeah, whether or not anyone's seen them. That's I just mean our loyal followers. Well, heck, if you're watching, we got all our shorts up, so keep on watching the shorts.
Absolutely.
Man.
Well, I mean, we got one short that's got over 1,000 dadgum views on it.
Yeah.
And of course, our advertising, we had 2 videos that had over 200,000. You just never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Hopefully, the dog's barking will go viral.
Well, I just want to figure out this chat thing. This is hurting my
feelings. Well, you can do that when we say goodbye.
Well, you're right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining the Phee Smee Show with Manly Mark today. We've talked about a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, we did too. A lot of nonsense.
In reality, we talk nonsense and trash every day. But we've got the Fed did not drop any rates. They caught a double homicide suspect in Devil's Den.
Right.
And the Trump's base is very unhappy.
And not only that, but the peace plan,
and
2-state solution,
and Saudi Arabia and the United Nations.
And so, Jerry, if we're not seeing your questions, go ahead and post them again until we do see them, because I'm always looking at the comments. And so any questions you have, go ahead and post to any of our live stream. And next time Fee's on, he'll address those. Or next time I'm on, we'll address those. And so we'll figure out the comment situation, because we want to be able to interact with you guys. And heck, we're just a week or days away from figuring out this call-in situation. And so don't lose hope, guys. We're going to have it all coming. But just keep on tuning in, guys.
Rocking and rolling, nickel and diamond right here on the Phee Smee Network. We'll be back at noon today to see Manly Mark with Midday Manless with Manly Mark.
Looking forward to it.